Sheesh, this is a bad storm. The conditions are pretty bad.
Yes, the enemy ships will be destroyed in the wind. Look, is that their ship?
It's great that the wind has stopped.
Thank goodness.
Welcome to Cyprus, Desdemona. We're so glad that you made it safely. And Emil, you're looking good, beautiful as ever.
Thank you, Cassio.
Why such a foot to my wife, Cassio?
Can't I just be nice?
Yeah, Iago, don't you think your wife is pretty? Iago, don't you love me?
Shut up, Emil.
Goodness. Oh. You must be nicer to your wife, Iago. She's a good lady.
Othello, there you are.
Come, let me show you Cyprus, my love.
Desdemona is obviously in love with Cassio now. Can't you see, Rodrigo?
It didn't look like it.
I'll have to eliminate Cassio and Othello. Come on, Rodrigo. We will discuss our plans later.
The scene is too short to be worth the war is over, Othello will be governor of Cyprus, and we're all happy that he protects us.
Iago, give these letters to the ship's captain who brought me here.
Yes,
And
my
ask
lord.
him how to pay respects when the Sin of Venice. Now that's done, I'm going to walk on the fortification walls. Look for me here when you come back.
Desdemona, Cassio, and Emil are talking about Cassio's desire that Othello give him his rank back when Iago and Othello enter. Cassio leaves in a rush, feeling uneasy about his standing with Othello. Iago remarks that Cassio looks like a guilty man leaving so quickly. Desdemona asks Othello to give Cassio his rank back, and Othello seems to agree. Then Iago speaks to Othello alone. He hints that Desdemona and Cassio are lovers, and Othello, who trusts Iago, begins to have suspicions. Iago, still acting like Othello's friend, tells him to watch out for jealousy, the green-eyed monster which doth mock the meat it feeds on. But even in warning Othello in this way, he arouses Othello's suspicions. Iago keeps dropping hints until Othello demands to know what he truly thinks. Iago suggests that Othello watch Desdemona and Cassio interact. Desdemona accidentally drops a handkerchief Othello had given her, and Emil picks it up, remembering Iago had asked her many times to get it for him. At first, she plans to get a copy made and give Iago the copy. Instead, Iago takes the handkerchief from her and tells her to say nothing. He plans to drop it in Cassio's room to make Othello believe all the lies. Meanwhile, Othello becomes increasingly mad with jealousy. Iago tells him he has heard Cassio talk in his sleep about having relations with Desdemona. He also tells Othello he has seen Cassio with Desdemona's handkerchief. Othello takes this as a sign that Desdemona has been unfaithful to him with Cassio. Othello swears he will kill Desdemona. Iago says he will kill Cassio. The next time Othello speaks to Desdemona, he becomes angry because she does not have the handkerchief. He doesn't understand why he is so upset, not realizing he suspects she and Cassio are having an affair, and so continues to ask him to restore Cassio's rank. This only makes Othello even more furious. Cassio meets his lover Bianca and gives her the handkerchief, which he has found in his room but doesn't know is Desdemona's. He asks Bianca to copy the stitching on it. Iago continues to stoke Othello's jealousy. He tells him that Cassio has admitted to an affair with Desdemona. Othello is so upset he faints, but while he is unconscious, Iago sees Cassio and tells him to come back in a few minutes. When Othello recovers, Iago tells him to hide and observe as Iago and Cassio talk. Iago comes back with Bianca with Cassio and makes Cassio laugh, while Othello watches them but cannot hear the entire conversation. Othello believes Cassio is talking about Desdemona and becomes enraged. Then Bianca enters with the handkerchief Cassio told her to copy. To Othello, this seems like final proof that Desdemona has been unfaithful to him. Two noblemen, Lodovico and Graziano, arrive from Venice, bringing messages from the Duke of Venice. These contain orders for Othello to return to Venice, leaving Cassio in charge of Cyprus. Desdemona is glad to hear of all Cassio's good fortune, but Othello interprets her reaction wrong. He yells and strikes her. Ludovico is shocked at how Othello has changed, and Iago acts shocked as well. However, Iago says he is loyal to Othello and doesn't want to speak badly of him. Next time Othello speaks to Desdemona, he becomes angry because she does not have the handkerchief. She doesn't understand why he is so upset, not realizing he suspects she and Cassio are having an affair, and so continues to ask him to restore Cassio's rank. This only makes Othello even more furious. Cassio meets his lover Bianca and gives her the handkerchief, which he has found in his room but doesn't know is Desdemona's. He asks Bianca to copy it, the stitching on it, and to send Emile and her other servants away for the night. As Emile helps her get ready for bed, Desdemona remembers a song her mother's servant used to sing, a song of Willow about a woman whose lover left her. Emile tries to comfort Desdemona, saying men are often jealous and treat their wives unfairly. Desdemona finds Emile's attitude a little shocking, and she is incredulous that wives would be unfaithful. Emile, however, suggests that women are unfaithful because their husbands were unfaithful first. Scene, Iago gives Rodrigo a weapon and tells him to kill Cassio. Rodrigo attempts and fails to kill Cassio, and instead Rodrigo is wounded by Cassio. Iago turns around and wounds Cassio, and then Cassio murders Rodrigo. At the castle, Desdemona sleeps. A candle burns, Othello enters and speaks of his love for her, but also what he plans to do. He will not shed her blood, but says he must kill her or else she'll betray more men. He kisses her, and when she wakes up, he encourages her to confess her sins to God. He tells her he is going to kill her and again brings up the matter of the handkerchief, but she pleads with him, saying, I never did offend you in my life, never loved Cassio, but with such general warranty of heaven as I might love, I never gave him token. But he refuses to believe her and smothers her. Emile comes in and discovers Desdemona nearly dead. Desdemona professes her love for Othello and tries to take the blame for her death. After proclaiming her guilt, she dies. Then Othello tells Emile he killed Desdemona because Desdemona and Cassio were lovers, which Emile knows is a lie. She realizes her husband is one who has been lying to Othello, and she cries out, murderer. Iago, Montano, and Graziano come running, and when they arrive, Emile begins to accuse her husband. As Emile speaks, Othello finally realizes the truth and tries to attack Iago. In the confusion, Iago stabs Emile and deals her a fatal wound. He tries to get away but is caught. Othello again attacks him, wounding him. Iago, when pressed, refuses to explain why he did the evil things he did. Othello admits his fault and asks them all to think of him as one that loved not wisely but too well. Then he stabs himself, falls upon the bed, and dies kissing Desdemona. I kissed thee ere I killed thee. No way but this, killing myself to die upon a kiss. Ludovico chastises Iago, and he puts Graziano in charge of Othello's possessions. He tells Montano to make sure Iago is tortured, and says he will bring the sad news to Venice.
Now she's already married. How did money not buy her love?
How was I supposed to know that he would run off?
Speed! Can't believe you, Iago. I'm paying you a good amount of money to win Desdemona.
Stop.
I go give this letter to the ship's captain who brought me.
Hi, I'm Anna Hobick, and you're watching Disney Channel. Perfect.